Good afternoon, children. Welcome to 6th standard online class. Shall we continue our 5th unit, World of Animals? The next topic we are going to discuss in our today's class is adaptation in animals. Adaptation in animals. A living thing can survive in a particular habitat if its body is adapted to the condition of that habitat. Plants and animals develop special characteristics or features in their body in order to survive in that habitat, that is the surrounding. The presence of specific body features for certain habitats which enables a plant or an animal to live in a particular habitat is called adaptation. So what is adaptation, children? Adaptation is nothing but the presence of specific body feature for certain habitats which enable a plant or an animal to live in a particular habitat is called adaptation. To survive in that habitat, the animals or plants develop some special features in their body. That is called as adaptation. Do you understood? We have already discussed adaptation in the case of plants, isn't it? Similarly, animals also undergo adaptations. So, let us discuss what are all the adaptations certain animals undergo to survive in their habitat. The fish lives in either freshwater or marine water. So fish can live either in freshwater or in marine water. We know that fish can also live in rivers and lakes, isn't it? Similarly, ponds also. So, in the same time, it can also survive in the oceans. Am I right? Yes. So let us analyze the adaptations seen in fish for its aquatic life. For the sake of aquatic life, what are all the adaptation the fish has undergone? Let us discuss now. The head, trunk and tail of fish merge to form a streamlined shape. The streamlined body shape helps the fish to move through the water easily. So there is no differentiation between head, trunk and tail. So all are merged. Okay, head, trunk. Trunk means that is the part from the neck to the legs. Okay. So there is no differentiation between them and they are all merged to form the streamlined shape. This streamlined body shape helps the fish to move through the water very easily. See, look at the fish. You have seen the fishes, isn't it? So there is no difference between what? The head, trunk. There is no difference between the head, trunk or tails. All are merged into a streamlined structure, and because of the streamlined structure they can easily move through the water. And also fishes have a special organ called gills. Fishes have a special organs called gills. What is the use of this gill? It is the respiratory organ which helps to absorb oxygen dissolved in water for breathing. So these gills are the respiratory. This part, no, this is the gills. This is the respiratory organ of water. Fish. As we have lungs, no, similarly fishes have gills. So these gills, they absorb the oxygen dissolved in water, and it helps the fish to breathe in water. Then most of the fishes have slippery scales all over the body which protect the body. See, when you look into the body of the fish, see, you can see small scale like structures are present. In Tamil we used to call it as sedil, no, sedil. It looks like a mirror, isn't it? So for that is called slippery scales. So this slippery scales protects the body of the fish. Okay. Then fishes has fin for fast swimming. See, this is the fin. So for fast swimming the fishes have fins. So this fins used by the fishes to swim very fastly. The fishes has a strong tail which acts as a rudder it to change direction and keeps its body balanced in water. So it has a strong fin. Fins are nothing but like wings. Okay, this fins only makes the fish to swim in the water. So there is a strong fin at the tail part which acts as a rudder to change the direction. So while swimming, if the fish wants to change its direction, this fin, this tail fins help the fish to change the directions. Is it clear, children? So these are the adaptation undergone by the fish to survive the aquatic life. Is it clear? It has special respiratory organ called gills. Gills. So this is the gills. Okay. Yes. The slippery scales present all over the body helps the fish to protects the body of the fish, and the fins helps to swim very fastly, and the tail fins are used to change the direction of swimming. Is it clear, children? Now we are going to discuss about the adaptation taken away by this frog. You know this animal, isn't it? This is frog. So amphibian. Frog belongs to amphibian category. What is amphibian? Amphibian leads a dual mode of life. That is, they live both in water as well as in land. We know that, isn't it? So frogs live both in water as well as in land. They are poikilothermic animal. Poikilothermic animal means the internal temperature of the frog varies. The internal temperature of the frog's body varies. Sometimes the internal temperature of the body of the frog may be high, and sometimes it may be less. That's why it is called as poikilothermic. Okay, poikilothermic. Then their body is divided into head, trunk with two pairs of limbs. See, this is the head part, isn't it? So which is the head part of this frog? This is the head part, and there is a trunk, and the body keeps on moving like this, isn't it? So it has head, trunk and the body. There is a separation, and also it has two pairs of limb. The forelimbs and the hind limbs are there. Okay, the forelimbs and the hind limbs are present in the frog. During the larval stage, frog respire with the help of gills. So it too has gills. As like fishes. It too has gills as like fishes, and they respire when it is in the larval stage. Larval means very young. Okay, very young. And the adult frog, that is the grown up frog, respire through their skins. Okay, this is the picture of a grown up frog. This frog respires through its skin. Is it clear, children? So it respires through its skin, and skin, lungs and buccopharyngeal region. Buccopharyngeal region is the respiratory system which is present inside the frog's body. Okay, respiratory surface which is present inside the frog's body, that is buccopharyngeal region. Okay, children. So this is about frog. So frog's body is divided into head, trunk and trunk with two pairs of limbs, forelimbs and back limbs. So they breathe through gills as like fishes in the larval stage, and after the maturity, after it grown old, it respires through the skins. Okay, the skin has very tiny pores. It respires through the skin as well as lungs. It also, the matured frog has lungs, and the buccopharyngeal region also helps the frog to respire. Is it clear, children? The next animal we are going to discuss is lizard. You know, all know lizard, isn't it? So what are all the adaptation taken by the lizard? Let us discuss. Lizards are scaly skinned reptiles that are usually distinguished from snakes by the possession of legs, movable eyelids, external ear opening. External ear opening. See, have you seen the lizards? Yes, it has a scaly skinned reptile. Reptile means what? In Tamil we used to say urvana, isn't it? They are moving, isn't it? So they are called as reptiles. That are, we can distinguish the snake and reptile. How? These reptiles, that is lizards, has legs, isn't it? They have legs. Lizards have legs. Am I right? Here they have legs and movable eyelids. Their eyelids are movable one. Their eyelids are movable one. See, as we have eyelids, no, they too have movable eyelids, but in the case of snake that is not possible. And it has external ear opening. External ear opening. See, look here. Here is a small hole, no, here is a small hole. This is the external ear opening. So external means outside the outer surface of the body contains this ear opening. So this is called as, this acts as a ear for the lizard. Okay children. So in these ways, by the possession of legs, movable eyelids and external ear opening, the lizards are distinguished, differentiated from the snakes. Is it clear? Yes. So they are mostly inhabit warm regions. So they live in warm regions. Most of the lizards are quadrupedal. What do you mean by quadrupedal? Quadr means four, we know, isn't it? So quadrupedal means they are able to walk with four legs. So they are able to, how many legs they possess? They possess four legs, isn't it? So they are able to walk with this four legs, and also these limbs, no, these limbs are very powerful. Okay, their limbs are very powerful because it has to hold the surfaces, isn't it? So the limbs are very powerful. And apart from that, some lizards are bipedally, are able to run bipedally with two legs. See, here look at this picture. The lizard is running with two legs. That is, they are running bipedally. Okay, in these lizards, the tail is held backward and upward and acts as a counterweight. So, in order to balance the weight of the body, this tail, this tail moves backwards and upwards in order to balance the body while running bipedally. Is it clear? Yes. Some lizards have the capacity to rotate the head around the head joint. So some lizards, they are able to rotate their head. We are not able to rotate the head, right? But some lizards, they have the ability to rotate its head. It can rotate its head at the head joint. And as we are breathing through our lungs, these lizards also breathe through the lungs. So most of the lizards eat a variety of insects like mosquitoes, cockroaches with a sharp projection on the tongue adapted for grabbing and holding. Have you seen this lizards, how they are eating? They will with the help of the tongue they will eat, isn't it? So they have a sharp projections on the tongue for adapting for tongue adapted for grabbing and holding. So to grab the prey and also to hold the prey, it has a sharp projection at its tongue. Okay children. So usually the lizards eat the mosquitoes and cockroaches, and some lizards like dinosaurs. Dinosaurs also comes under this family. Which family? This lizard family. These dinosaurs have webbed toes, and few lizards are able to glide or parachute the air and make safe landing. Have you seen the dinosaurs, children? So some lizards like dinosaurs have webbed toes. See here, there is no presence of webbed toes, but webbed toes means will be a thin skin between these fingers. No, have you seen this? Even in hen and ducks also, these are all present. Have you seen that? Yes, a thin skin will be present between the fingers, that is called webbed toes. For what? They are flying and parachute in the air, that is they are able to fly in the air and land. They can do safe landing as like parachutes. So for that purpose they have this webbed toes. Okay, mostly dinosaurs have this webbed toes for the safe landing purposes. Is it clear, children? Hope you have understood today's class very well, children, and enjoyed the class most. Complete your assignment, children. Today we are going to write the brief answer. In yesterday we have written the very brief answers in our classwork notebook. Today we are going to write brief answers in our classwork notebook, and after completing the assignment, report in the group with the photocopy of your assignment, children. Stay home, stay safe, obey your parents, make your parents to get vaccinated. Thank you, children. Meet you in the next class.